The conversations with the team behind the death in a Gunj continue with a gentleman who is becoming a voice with a difference when he directs films, and now he's becoming producer with this film. So I'm with Abhishek Chaubey at the Toronto International Film Festival 2016. Abhishek, thank you so much for being with Filmicafe.
Thank you.
So what makes this film the apt film to turn producer and take that plunge?
Well, MacGuffin formed because of Death in the Gunj. There was no MacGuffin until this film started. Honey and I go back a long way. We've worked together for 15 years and we've been friends. I remember one conversation sometime early last year, that we said, no, it's time to move on and, try and produce films. For the simple reason, we are both directors. We both want to make movies all our lives, hopefully. But turning producer, you control the means of production. You're closer to making the film. You have more control. You have more power. You understand filmmaking also better, Right. So it was a natural progression for us more than anything else that we wanted to do it. But we did not know how, when to do it. We were just talking about it. And then Coco's script happened, and Coco has also been a friend. I've known her for a long while. And we read the script, and it was a beautiful script. It had to be made. And Honey and I decided, why not start a company and make this one? So that's how it all began.
Being a director yourself, this is Konkana's first, this is her directorial debut, this is her first film. How do you think she has done? How has she fared?
Konkana is a very cool person, very cool-headed, very level-headed, doesn't lose her temper, very much in control. So that's a wonderful quality to have in a director. Also, she's got it in her genes. Mother is a wonderful director, one of the most beautiful directors in our country, and she's been on film sets since childhood. And if you can write like that, I'm sure you can direct. That it was there in the script. We were very, very confident about her skills as a filmmaker, and we were right. We did not have a lot of money to make this film. It was made in a tight budget. And the number of days we shoot the film in was very, very critical to the budget, because we could not have gone over, because if we did, we did not know, the two of us didn't know where we were going to get the money from, So, credit to her, because she pulled it off, such a tight schedule, such a difficult schedule, and she pulled it off, taking a bunch of actors along, ensemble cast, and pulling the film off in the number of days within the budget was no mean feat. It's fantastic on Konkana's part.
You spoke about budget when you're making a film like this and keeping it, on schedule and stuff like that. But as a producer, when making a film like this, are you thinking commercial viability? Are you thinking economics in terms of when the film releases, or that enters the picture much later?
No, you certainly think about it. Right in the beginning, you wonder if it's going to make money or not. But it's the passion that drives you. It's a script that drives you. This is a great film. It should be made. This is our first film, and we should make a film like this. We are both filmmakers, like I said, and it's very, very important, we believe, that this kind of cinema, not only does it get made, but it also makes money. It's very, very important, and it'll be. If it doesn't make money, it's failure on our part, not on Konkana's, because she's made the film that she promised us. In fact, she's made a wonderful film. Right. But there has to be a way to market such films, to release such films, and to make sure that the audience comes to the theater. And we're working on it, but we are reasonably confident that we're going to get there.
Now that audiences are more receptive and open-minded to the type of cinema is defined as Indian cinema, does that increase the responsibility on filmmakers' shoulders like yourself, who are trying to add a voice, not just join the echo of what's being made? So does that increase your responsibility as producers, as filmmakers?
Well, yeah, it is a fairly difficult job, and it carries a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. But we couldn't have asked for anything less. It's great that Indian cinema is being heard. It's great that we are moving I don't think we're moving away from the masala Bollywood films, that we so love to watch. We're still making those, and I have no problem with that. But also, I think in order to be a bona fide industry rather than just a genre of films, it's important for us to make all kinds of film which carry the unique individualistic voice of the filmmaker, because that's what movies are. Although it's a collaborative effort, it's really one person's vision that we see on the screen, one person's thought process and what she is thinking. So I think that it's very important that is also made along with all the masala mass-produced, factory-produced films that we make. And we are in good times right now because more and more filmmakers, the number of filmmakers doing that kind of work is more today than it has ever been.
Right.
So and the new generation that's coming into movies. I mean, the kids that I see coming in today, and they want to do that as well. Mm-hmm. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that sensible people turn to production so that they find their audiences, and these films, they don't lose money, and I think that's very, very important.
Now, you've made one of the most talked about films probably in the last decade, by default, which became the poster for freedom of expression, Udta Punjab, because of the long drawn process that it went through with the certification and stuff like that. How do you think the film will be remembered? Now that process is over, it's been seen, how do you hope that film is remembered?
You know what? I mean, that was my fear when all of that was going down back in May and June. That nobody's going to remember it for the film that it was, but most people are going to remember it for the controversy. I don't think it created it; it just went through it. I don't hold any illusions about it. That many years down the line, if people talk about Udta Punjab, the whole drama that happened before release is going to be the talking point of the film. But I hope that 30 years later somebody can pick up .mov and watch it on their, whatever machine they can, and see the film for what it is, because I think it's a decent film. So
it is a decent, more than a decent film. Are there any hopes from your end, since you've been through the rigorous process that you have been through with Udta Punjab a couple of months back? Do you have any hopes of, now you're at an international film festival, you're seeing international cinema in terms of what audiences are exposed to. Is there a hope that you have for certification in India, the system?
Well, I mean, we've been hearing a lot of things lately that the government is revamping the whole approach to certification of films, and anything that is done, the rationalization of the process that's done, I welcome that, and I hope to see something happening soon. I mean, India is now turning to the world as not only just films. Everything in every way. We are a big country. We are one of the bigger economies of the world. We are engaging in trade relations with every country in the world. I mean, we're doing so much, and films can be a very, very important cultural tool, a soft power. And our films have been doing it for so many years, but not. I mean, a diaspora watches it. I mean, a lot of Indians and expats and South Asians living all across the world watch Indian films, which is great. But I think in order for our industry to grow, to be bigger, grow financially, I think we need to get audiences, not only the South Asian audiences, we also need to get other kinds. We need to have Brazilians watch our film, Americans watch our film. And I think if we're going to have such rigid censor laws, I mean, we're going to be so timid about what we can show and what not, then we're not going to get those people. I mean, we have to allow the filmmakers their expression. Only then, and you see, I mean, if we can do that, if you're not afraid as to what a filmmaker might say, we'll see a real change happening very soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you're a part of the change. So I commend you for that. I congratulate you for that. Congratulations on the premiere of A Death in the Gunj in Toronto, and all the very best going forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you.